Welcome to the $1 Million Listening Podcast. In this show, we aim to help people grow in all areas of life with the focus of getting to the next level. I'm your host, Mari Wines, realtor, marketing guru, real estate coach, and co-owner of E3 Realty. The one and only Jeff Mann from Elite Home Inspections.
Good morning, Mari. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk about your company and everything that you guys have done, especially over this last couple of very busy years.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It has just been crazy for Brendan and I. It's no rest, but that's okay. I'm getting it now.
So Elite Home Inspections, it's your business. Do you
Yes.
want to tell me a little bit about how it started, how it's going?
I bought a franchise, a nationwide franchise company, when I first started back in April of 2004. And I got tired of paying them every month. And it came time for me to re-up. So I went out on my own. I did a little marketing at the end of my business with the other inspection company, just asking people, hey, you know, if I went out on my own, would you still use me? And they said, we don't use you for the label on your shirt. We use you because it's you. So I marketed, and then I went out on my own, and it never skipped a beat.
What year was that in?
2004.
I was going to say, I've never even heard of that company before.
It's called Win Home Inspection, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to plug them, but good company, but I wanted to go out on my own. The first month I was out, I did 17 home inspections. I'm thinking, wow, man, I'm rolling. May, June, and July, we did over 140
Each month?
a month, yeah. And I was tired. My son is young, and he was even tired. But you know what? I can't say no.
Yeah, and I mean, you probably know that the San Francisco Bay Area is the hottest real estate market in the country.
Really?
Above New York.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, didn't know that.
And so obviously the realtors here thrive on that, but so do the home inspectors.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys that want to become home inspectors just like they want to become real estate agents when the market is hot. Then when it's cold, they like, I better get out of here. But we're doing about 1,200 a month, or 1,200 a year. I have my son Brendan working with me. He's been with me for probably 5 or 6 years. No, probably 7 or 8 years now. It's fun. We go anywhere in the Bay Area, Sacramento, Fremont, San Jose, across the Bay. I love working across the Bay in San Francisco. It's kind of different over there. 7 days a week. Our reports are awesome. You get the reports back the same day, always. And so far, it's going really well. And I appreciate everything out of your office also. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. What I really love about your company and your inspections is that you're the only home inspector that when you get the report back the same day, you have that system where you can see everything that's wrong. Because like we were just talking about, especially for all the agents who don't know much about home inspections yet, it's very deciphering a home inspection, reading through every line, where you guys have that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You know, I mean, we have the body of the report, and
Yeah.
then at the bottom back we have a summary, which kind of tells you everything that we found, and everything that's in red is a safety issue. The nice thing about that is that it's easy to read. Your clients can always call me. My phone's on 7 days a week. I don't care if they call me every day. You know,
Yeah.
if they need me to go back and do a walkthrough with them as a reminder, since we maybe did the home inspection so early in the process, I will go back there free of charge, and I'll do a little walkthrough with them and spend a little time with them and kind of reintroduce everything that we found to them at their house. And a lot of people really like that.
Well, yeah, and it's helpful because I read, I don't know how many home inspections every day.
Yeah,
But
I bet.
for someone who's buying a house, they have no idea what it is. So it's so nice that they have a professional to be able to call and ask questions.
Yeah, you know what, it's like we don't disappear.
Yeah.
You know what, thank you for the check, see you later.
Yeah.
You know, that's not me.
So how many inspections total has your company done?
Over 15,000.
That is a lot. of
It is a
homes.
lot.
I bet you've seen a lot of wild things.
I could write a book. I could keep you here all day telling you things that I probably shouldn't be telling a young lady.
That's okay. I can take it. You see who I work with.
Yes, well, that's true.
I'm
That's
surrounded
true.
by rowdy men.
I forgot about who you work with. My gosh. Yeah, I've seen a lot of strange things. People hiding things from me. People following me and telling me I can't go in there. People doing things in the garage, knowing that I'm in the house, in the car. Whatever. It's crazy. Some of these people are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did find some money underneath the house once. I was with a pest inspector, and there was a bag tucked underneath in between the floor joists and the furnace ducting. He pulled it down. There was a little over $10,000 in there, and this was back in the crisis of like '08 or '09.
Wow.
And that the house was vacant, and ended up being $10,176, I think. And we had to call the Antioch police, and since the bank repoed the house, the money was theirs.
Oh my gosh.
Thinking, how about a little tip here? Give it to the home inspector. Give me a little tip. But anyway, that was exciting. I've always wondered, God, what am I going to find in an attic, or what am I going to find underneath a house?
That was probably the best thing.
That was the best thing, but I didn't get to keep any of it, but that's all right.
What about the worst thing that you found?
Gosh, I could be here for a while. I think the scariest thing for me is I was on the outside of a house, the perimeter, looking at the foundation vent screens, and a couple of the screens were torn or missing, and there was some hair, some fur around it, and I'm thinking, okay, cats are getting in there. So I climb in underneath the house as the last thing that I do, and I'm kind of scanning the crawl area for things, and back in the very back corner was a raccoon, a mama raccoon with like 3 little pups.
Aww.
I'm thinking, oh, how cute is that? She raised her back up, and she made some noises that just gave me chills. I'm thinking, she's going to come and tear my face off.
Yeah.
I skedaddled out of there.
And you were underneath there?
I was underneath there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It was spooky. It was scary. Scared the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Some ugly foundations, really ugly foundations. Just leaks, sewer leaks. The minute I go underneath the house and there's gnats underneath there, I know that the main sewer drain is leaking, and because they attract gnats, and I skedaddle out of there because that's, it's a hazmat.
Yeah, it's not really bad for your health.
Yeah, exactly. Muddy conditions, wet conditions. I crawled underneath the house, I don't know, some years ago, and it was muddy and standing water, and I wanted to impress this new realtor, let him know that I would go to the ends of the earth to help them. And I guess I had some cuts or little scrapes on me, and I got a staph infection.
Oh, no.
From crawling around in that mud from, rat and mice feces and the stuff that the pest company spray underneath there. I ended up in the hospital for a couple of days, and so I don't crawl muddy crawl spaces anymore, but I tried to talk my son into doing those, but he won't. He won't do them.
He learned from your lesson.
He did.
He doesn't have to learn the hard way. That's a good thing.
He was scared to go underneath the house. When I first had him come with me, I was training him, and I said, okay. And I lifted up. It was an outside crawl, so the house was built probably in the 40s. And I walked out, and he had half his body with his overalls and his mask on, and he was looking underneath. And half his body was still out, and he was on all fours. So I walk around the house just kind of double-checking before I go inside, and he's still in the same position when I come back. I took my foot and I pushed him in, and I closed the door. I said, get in there. Quit messing around. Damn it, Dad. But, yeah, now he's an animal. He's an animal. He'll go anywhere. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him for being a little hesitant that first time.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Get it over with.
Yeah.
Kind of like me here today. My hands are sweaty.
You don't look like you're sweating.
Oh, gosh. But, yeah.
So I know there's an obvious answer to this question, but from your professional perspective, I want to ask, why should a home buyer get their home inspected before purchasing a home? There's a lot of people who didn't even do that in the last couple of years because of how competitive the market was. Mm-hmm. And I know the answer is obvious. You don't want them to buy the house and then something horrible happen, but what are your thoughts on someone purchasing a home without getting it inspected first?
They're nuts. With everything that I find, and your typical home inspector, your typical client, they walk around and they look for cosmetic items. And they think, oh, that's bad, but they don't dig into things like we do. And I think it's irresponsible for their family to not have a home inspection. There's some nasty, nasty things, behind the electrical panels that we see. Burnt breakers that, could start a fire, melted wires that they're never going to pull the dead front cover off.
Yeah.
So, and we do just a check for that. And I've seen that. But over 15,000 inspections, there's only been 19 houses that I have found absolutely nothing.
Wow.
So figure out that percentage. As little as it may be, even brand new homes. I did a brand new home in Antioch probably 2 months ago, and I had a list of about 12.5 items that weren't done right. There was no power to the outlets in the family room. I mean,
I've seen that in new homes before.
Yeah, so, a lot of the new builders don't let us in there. They don't like us.
Yeah.
And you're going to try to make us look bad. But I try to turn it around, say, what, why don't you let me in here to do these inspections so I can, pass on to your client or the client that's buying this house how well you build a house. Then they kind of melt like butter. So it's like, okay, go ahead and do it. So anyway, it's fun.
Those egos, you just gotta
Oh my God.
brush those egos with those builders.
Exactly.
So I know I asked what the weirdest thing what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen in a home? We talked about underneath the home in an attic, but what's the weirdest thing and then what's the worst problem you've ever seen?
Everybody wants to be a plumber or an electrician.
Oh yeah, gosh.
I've seen some really strange things. The strangest things, honestly, with homes are the sellers if they're there a lot of the time. They try to hide things, or if I find something, well, I'm going to take care of that. Don't write that down.
Yeah.
The people are actually the scariest thing that they try to, depending on the market. But, I've seen an air conditioner, how they usually sit on the ground on a pad. This one was up halfway up the building. Somebody put a platform up there and they had an air conditioning compressor just on the wall. Thinking, why wouldn't you just put it down on the ground? What are you thinking? Attics, I went into a house, they have no air or furnace air or air conditioning coming out of their registers because we have a laser thermometer and we check and make sure that and they had a portable window air conditioner. So that right there tells me, okay, something's going on. It's not staying cool enough. When I got up in the attic, they had a grow up there. They had a grow room up there, and they took all the ducting from the upstairs bedroom and put it into this grow room and taped it off with paper. And they had some big plants in there, too. Oh, my God. I mean, I got contact high just walking in there.
Second best discovery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's my second best. Some funny things are usually, like I said, trim and things like that, roofs, things like that. But like I said, the people are what amaze me. I'll try to keep this as clean as I can.
That's okay.
I was in Danville, a few years ago, and really nice house. And I'm in the kitchen explaining to the seller what I would be doing. And she said, okay. She goes, well, I'm just going to go outside and talk to the gardener. So, okay. So I'm in there doing my thing, and her daughter comes out of the bathroom, stark naked, with a towel wrapped around her. She goes, hey, how you doing? And I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, are you freaking kidding me? What are you doing? So I ran outside, and I said, hey, ma'am, I said, your daughter came out of the bathroom without any clothes on. And I said, you really kind of need to come in or something while I'm doing this. She goes, oh, you know what? She's pissed off at me because I'm having an affair. I'm divorcing her father. And then she came to the door. She goes, you're having an affair with that gardener right there. I'm thinking, okay, but what are you doing? Walking around without any clothes on. And the mom got mad and said, you know what, honey, I'll see you later. I'm thinking, wow, this is weird. And it started getting really weird inside the house. And I said, how about if I leave and come back at a different time because your daughter's naked and I don't want any weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know what, handle this and I'll be back. That was just really weird. And I didn't look either.
Yeah, that is so uncomfortable.
Oh, my God. Yeah, people make it uncomfortable. They start arguing with each other. And I let them know, I'm just what I'm going to be doing. Oh, no, you can't go in that room or you can't go up in the attic. And why? Well, you knew that I was going to be here. What are you thinking? What are you hiding from me? Now my eyes are really focused. You know, but people are the weirdest people.
But then I'm just going to say it. I feel like those people don't have a great realtor who has educated them on what's going to happen when the home inspector comes in, and that it's okay if things are wrong, and that being honest is what's going to save you money in the long run, because we like lecture our clients. Like, we are disclosing everything.
You have to in this state. You have
and
to.
And even if something needs repair right now, let it be on there, and I put in red repaired if we have it repaired prior to going on the market.
Yeah, and I get, and I can always tell a seasoned real estate agent like yourself, or some of these goofballs in this office here. And
Hey, you can't talk about my people like that.
they're awesome. I love everybody here. And but I can also tell an unseasoned, brand new agent.
Yeah.
Like, when the market starts to get hot, you see all these new agents. And I know that you deal with them. They've got a seller and you have a buyer, and you're like, hello, this paperwork is not done right. I run across that all the time, and they don't educate their people on what I'm going to be doing, or they don't educate their buyers on what I'm going to be doing, and it's funny that I can really see, now that I've been doing this so long, I can tell if somebody has a lot of experience or kind of half-assed or no experience at all. And then I've got to be like a chameleon. I've got to change my colors depending on who I'm with.
Yeah.
Which makes it kind of interesting. Makes it kind of fun for me.
Yeah.
I like that. This is the best part. I like talking to
you.
people. Yeah, exactly. Home inspections are easy. It's talking to people that I love. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a people person and you like to help people and you enjoy talking to people, then real estate is a great industry to be in.
It is.
So.
It is. You can be your own boss. Hey, I got to take the kids to school. Let the husband go to work, and you kind of get up a little bit later and you go do your thing. And yeah, I'll see Jeff at 11:30 for an inspection. Perfect.
People always apologize about like other people in the house's behavior, or sorry about this, and I'm like, trust me, you don't get this far without being able to like everybody.
Everything. Yeah, it's crazy. And you get some agents that are a little pissy, like the old people that have been. I shouldn't say old people. People that are seasoned in your particular job, being a real estate agent. You can see that a lot of them are impatient with their clients, and so you got the new people. You've got kind of the middle of the road, and then you've got a well-seasoned agent. Then you've got an agent that's been doing it for 40 years, and they're like, why am I doing this?
They're on their way out.
Blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, my God, man.
I know.
Is that how you treat your spouse? You thinking? Are you kidding me? Gosh.
So have you ever heard any, or do you know of any nightmare stories about a buyer who didn't get a home inspection and what they found, and they maybe called you in after? Because I just had a friend last week say, hey, we bought a house in, I forget what city, and we didn't do any inspections, but now we know that the roof, there's mold and there's water and there's this. And so I said, why don't you get inspectors to inspect it now then? Has that happened to you? Have you had to inspect a home that was already purchased because they were having issues?
Many times. They want to, like you said earlier, they want to hurry up. And especially when the market is hot, you got multiple offers. They want to hurry up, get that offer in, get accepted. And, I've got 3 days to get inspections done. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, I'm going to pull out what hair I have. But, yeah, and then they call me up and they say, hey, Jeff, I'm seeing this weird stuff. Can you maybe come out and do a home inspection for me? Yeah, there's been some really bad things. Foundations where it's cost them over $100,000 because the foundation inside is crumbling and the rebar is exposed. So I always call out for an expert, and the guy said, yeah, your whole foundation is done. It's shot. It's going to cost you X amount of money. And they're like, oh, my God, what am I going to do? Will homeowners insurance take care of this? No, sorry. You're on your own. Like that one house I was telling you earlier about that burnt down a couple of months after we did the inspection. An investor bought this house, and he rented it out. And I guess he didn't really check who he was renting the house out to, and they broke through the back of the electrical box in the garage and started stealing power. And I guess they hooked it up wrong because they were having a grow room, and it burned down the house. And I got a phone call from the agent. Hey, Jeff, you did a home inspection. Those are the scariest words for a home inspector. Hey, Jeff, you did our home inspection 2 months ago. I'm thinking, oh, gosh, now what? The house burnt down. And I'm thinking, oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm thinking, what is my insurance guy's phone number right now? But Yeah, people are very sorry that they don't get a home inspection. And it's easy. It's the best $500 that they'll ever spend.
Yeah,
You know,
it
because
saves
there's
'em
nothing in that house that we don't look at. Nothing.
Yeah, saves
know?
them so much money in the long run.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, and it, depending on the market, you know, and you've cycled through this market more than once, and you've seen to where, you know, you've got 15 days or 20 days to get it done. Oh no, I've only got 3 days to get it done. Can you do it? I just had an agent on the way here. Jeff, I need an inspection tomorrow in
Yeah.
Alameda. Am I going to say no? Absolutely not. So I'll be there at 3:30 tomorrow in Alameda, and I'll get home late on a Friday night, but I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever let anybody close on a house without an inspection, no matter what the timeline was.
I've even had realtors pay for an inspection because their clients did not want to spend the extra
Yes.
money for an inspection.
Yeah, because you can't go to sleep at night
Oh, no.
knowing, just like you're saying, the worst thing for us is after you close on a house and 3 months later you get a text message.
Excuse me.
Hey, what? I've gotten this text message before. We did a termite inspection, but hey, what is this? And it's a picture they took, and it's all the beads. A bunch of little termites came up on the ground, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, God. Dude, that's scary.
And then call the termite inspector. There's nothing there, but I forget what kind they were. And it's like they could have been on the street somewhere prior, and they made their way over there. But there was nothing on the inspection, so.
No. There's a lot of things that we don't check. I can't say certain words like asbestos or
Yeah.
fungus or mold. I can't
Yes.
say that. I have seen where I went into a house and I climbed up in the attic and there was some mold growing on the roof sheathing up top. So I told them, yeah, you got to get a roof guy out here to find the leak, and then they're going to have to tear. I don't try not to tell them what to do, because if I'm wrong, I'm going to get that first phone call, as always.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went back there. They called me back a couple of months later. Hey, everything is taken care of. Can you come back and look? Sure, I will. I walk into the grandchild's room. This was a grandmother and a grandfather, and they had their grandchild in his bedroom. And this guy played video games, and he rarely left that room. I walked into this room, Mari. The ceiling was as black as this.
Ugh.
And I walk in there and I go, what the hell is going on here, man? I said, son, you got to get out of here. Get out of this room. And I went back to the grandparents. I said, do you guys ever go in to his bedroom? Well, no, he gets grumpy when we go. Come and look. He's got mold growing everywhere. They didn't get an inspection.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they didn't get a proper roof inspection. They had some guy come in and spray some stuff to kill the mold, and they had some, so they kind of did it half-assed, and it was honestly where I didn't even want to walk in the bedroom. It was
that
a
is
black
horrible.
room. Oh, it was horrible. Oh my gosh, people just don't think. They just don't think.
Yeah.
But yeah, not getting a home inspection is a big mistake. Big mistake. Even if I find one thing, it's probably going to cost you at least the $500 that I charge to get it fixed.
Yeah.
And if you wait and you don't fix it, 500 becomes 1,000, becomes 10,000. It just snowballs. Spend the $500. Get a freaking home inspection. Let me tell you what's going on with your house, especially first-time home buyers.
Yeah, and then in the market we're in now, you're definitely able to negotiate for the sellers to pay for those repairs.
Exactly.
So it is worth it. You get your $500 back very quickly.
Easily.
Yeah.
I think I need to charge more. Man.
So for any home buyers out there
Yes.
who are searching right now,
Yes.
what is the best way for them to reach you if they want to get a home inspection?
I'm getting a website developed right now, so they'll be able to do that. Basically, my business is through word of mouth. I mean, I'm going to a few offices out in Walnut Creek. I'm teaching some classes on to newer agents and to agents that just want to kind of fulfill a little bit more of what they missed when they first came in, because it was just a rush. Word of mouth, basically. I've gotten so many new agents this year from, hey, you did home inspection. I really like your report. When can you do inspection for us? Or, hey, I was the listing agent. I really like you guys. When can you do it? Hey, I got your phone number from Mari at, when can you do it? So that basically is how we get it, And I used to, when I first started, I used to go to all the open houses. Saturdays, Sundays, 110, I don't care. If you're there, I'm there. handing out my card, waiting for the clients to leave the house. And it's like, hi, my name is Jeff. I own this. This is what we do. Here's a sample of my report. Here's a card. Call me sometime. You'll be glad you did. And I used to get, that's how I started. And then going to tours, like on Tuesday, the Oakley tour, going in there and kind of showing my face. But everybody here knows me. So it's basically just right now word of mouth, you know, and it seems to be working pretty good.
All
Can't
right,
complain.
so if anyone listening wants to get a home inspection, just call me and I'll give you Jeff's number. Or is it going to be elitehomeinspection.com?
I don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't
Okay.
know what it's going to be yet. My software company for my home inspection reports, my software is awesome. They make it so easy, and they're going to do a website for us. And I've seen their websites, and they're really, really nice. So in the meantime, it's call Mari or call me. I can be found on a poster in the back of the post office or on the back of a milk carton. You'll see me. Call.
What is your phone number?
Area code 925-584-6145. Get a home inspection. Call Elite. You'll be glad you did.
Well, thank you so much for all the people, all the homeowners in the Bay Area that you have helped over the years.
That's awesome. I've never thought of it that way. That's
yeah.
awesome.
No, it is awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
You're in the
That's
business
cool.
of helping people.
I love it. I love it. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.